SpongeBob did something cool. Sorry, recording. Hello! Is this a test or is this what?
We're going.
Let's start from scratch. Okay. Welcome back to the official GeekSpeak Podcast. I'm your host, Sean, and joined as always is my host, my other host, Josh. Where's my keys? Rudy Rudolph. This is the podcast where we watch movies, make movies, play games, and more. Josh, where are your keys today?
They are on a hook where they always are.
No, so you don't lose your keys ever?
I don't think I ever have, no, because I'm terrified of it. Because my car, that's the only key to my car, so I don't want to lose
also only have one key to my car. It's not good, right?
We should probably get backups.
No! Let's move on. So, it's been a minute, but also that's not abnormal. We usually have a break in January anyway, to unwind as well as let ourselves catch up on movies, but now it's the end of February, so it's a bit too long.
Yeah, the Oscars are coming up, and we have to talk about a lot of things from last year.
This is our year in review, talking about last year movies and other things, and it'll be fun. And then, of course, our most anticipated movies for this year, minus what we've already seen this year, I guess. But I will say, my most anticipated movies for this year are not out yet, just in general. So we'll get that later.
Same.
I am excited, though, for this episode. It'll be really fun. We have no decomp today because, again, we decided to move this into our mini-sodes, which we are starting this month. I am watching 2 this month at least, guaranteed. And Josh hopefully will watch them 2 with me. We'll see if he actually watches them.
This is the secret. I've never watched any of them. I'm just really good at guessing.
He just BS through all the stories. Also, in the meantime, of the past episodes, I've gotten a cat named Momo based on Avatar: The Last Airbender. She's adorable. She also has a very lemur-like tail, which is pretty fun. And now she's wandering. So if you hear any bells or tip-tapping, that's a cat. It's not my fault. I can't control what she does. Josh?
Yes.
Are you ready for today?
Oh, I'm never ready for anything, but I like to act like I am, so yes.
So we are usually would do all the news we missed, but I'm not. I'm like, here's a few hit points that are like, you know what, are meaningful in the past 2 months that really would sit with us. And I'm not talking about politics, because dear God.
So much.
None of our news today, although I guess I'm going to say fuck Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because, like, what the hell's going on there? That is not the Captain America we want. But anyway, Captain America 4 did come out, Brave New World. I have not seen it for my own, I'm going to say vaguely political reasons. I with the character of Salva in the movie, even though it had a very reduced kind of role that could have even been erased, honestly, based on the script.
Could have been entirely. They're not necessary in the slightest. Not even the same character, so it baffles me completely.
Josh saw it with giving them no money.
Yeah.
He saw it through work. He works as an AMC manager, so he got to like just put it on and see it.
Yeah.
So, were you in it alone, Josh, or did you at least see it with people or not?
No, I was in it by myself. I stayed late after work.
So you just put it on and watched it because he could do that, and he gave it no money, which is good. Was it overall okay as a movie?
I'd say overall, like taking out that real world stuff, I would say it was fine. It was pretty good. There's a lot of things that I did enjoy. It takes itself way more seriously than I was expecting, which is honestly fine by me. But my biggest issues with this, and I've been talking to our friend David about it a lot, but it feels to me that the plot of the Falcon and Winter Soldier show was supposed to be the plot for this movie, and then
I think that was always the case, yeah.
Yeah, and then Disney came along and was like, "Hey, we want you to make shows for us," and they were just like, well, this seems like that we could like expand this to a show, and I would say overall they did pretty well. But then the issue becomes when they were going to make this movie, they don't have an arc for Sam or any real stakes for him in this story, so they kind of have to not artificially make them, but they never find a good reason for those stakes to exist. And then by the end, I was like, why is Sam caught in this pseudo Incredible Hulk sequel? It's very strange.
Like, I would watch the movie eventually on like probably like a Goodwill DVD or something, where I'm not giving the movie any money. But at the same time, I hate that they're doing this to Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson. That's my biggest thing with this, is that he's gonna hurt from this, which isn't fair. Yeah. The movie just had like an 85% dip in revenue, like from weekend to weekend just now, like crazy.
Like it's not a bad movie by any measure. Seeing people say it's the worst thing Marvel's ever made, I'm like, all right, so we know that there's a bunch of racists and shit out there just saying that, because of course, but like it definitely isn't like up to quality with them, and I think this is due to like, you know, rewrites and reshoots and stuff like that. But again, there's a lot of good that I liked. I think the action overall was pretty decent. Harrison Ford is probably the best thing in the movie. He is giving his all and is great. There's some story elements that I thought were interesting. By the end, I had a fun time, but it definitely is not like one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Everyone I've talked about it who has seen it, which I'm not judging it, if you see it, because of how shrink the role of Sauber is now, I understand like thinking that maybe it's okay now, like whatever. That's cool. It's for me, based on everything I've been saying in the past podcast, I'm not gonna go back on that at this point. But
it's so funny that like it feels like
her name's Ruth in the movie now, right?
Yeah, Ruth, absolutely no ties to Sabra in any way, shape, or form. The only thing they say is that she was born in Israel and then like became a Black Widow or something like that. It was like, that's it, because the actress is. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just, but at the same time, it feels completely pointless for her character to exist because she's like the security personnel for Ross's White House stuff. But he also has another person that works with him directly that also has constant contact with Sam. So I'm just like, why not just make her the not real life Zionist to be this part? This feels so strange.
But the problem is real life actual IDF soldier who volunteered to fight.
Yeah.
But that's not, again, I'm not trying to get into that. I'm just trying to say that for me, I didn't watch it because of that. But also, here's my thing. If Secret Invasion didn't happen the way it did, we could have used Maria Hill.
Yeah, but also...
That would have been better, right?
They probably could have just put her into this movie and, like, no one would have batted an eye. No one would have cared, because no one liked Secret Invasion.
Oh, God. Everyone talking to me so far has liked the movie enough, and I think I would like it enough overall. And I like Thunderbolt Ross as a character. And Harrison Ford is having fun in interviews about this movie. He's actually enjoying talking about it and making jokes to people about the movie and stuff.
Like, he's really fun. He's doing great. He's not half-assing it at all.
And I think that the mustache thing is funny to me being removed because of two reasons. There's actually a political actual joke in real life about how saying about presidents cannot win with a mustache. But it's been a long-running joke because the last person who tried to run who had a mustache failed twice back to back. And the last president with the mustache was like well over 100 years ago. Well over that. And no one's been getting since then. And it's kind of a joke that mustaches can't win politics. So him shaving with the movie is a joke of that. But of course, also it's saying, we could change the look, new actor or whatever. And on top of that, I think it makes it so when his mustache goes and comes between Hulk times, like it comes and goes, it would make more sense.
Yeah.
It would make to have it be gone. Because, fun fact, Red Hulk doesn't have a mustache in comic books, but Thaddeus Ross always does. It just regrows itself, which is the funniest thing to me. But anyway, besides Brave New World, we also got more trailers for the How to Train Your Dragon live-action movie with Dean DeBlois.
I don't know.
French name, maybe? I don't know how to pronounce the name. But anyway, he is back to direct it again, if you aren't aware. The trailers, same thoughts as before for me. Don't need it.
I was giving it the benefit of the doubt at first, and now I regret saying that. We are in Lion King remake territory of almost shot for shot and line for line remake. He even said himself that they barely changed anything in the script. I'm like, all right, cool. So I really have no reason to see this. Great.
People also, like I saw the clips back to back of things like, they've killed hundreds of us, and we've killed thousands of them, is way better than the animated version. We saw the clip in the live action. He's just screaming at his dad. Like, it's all like one inflection. Not a Mason Thames fault. I think it's a direction thing on that. The emphasis on the words in the animation are so powerful. We killed thousands of them. But like the emphasis of really proving how much has happened and the danger and the scale. And it feels like an argument and not like a scream match, like not a tantrum. This feels more tantrum-y, and I think it's just a characterization difference and maybe a problem to me.
Yeah.
So I think while it might be so much of the same script, some of the inflections you have to either match perfectly or just do differently enough to make sense. Like, it doesn't work all the time. It's not a play. You can't do it this way.
Yeah. Like, for instance, like in the Lion King remake, when Scar says, "Long live the king," you compare Chiwetel's read of it compared to Jeremy Irons. It is a night and day difference of, like, same lines, completely different inflections. And because of that, you do not feel it the way that you did in the original. And I feel like that's going to be the problem with this one. And I feel bad because, like, all the actors are great.
They're so good.
And, like, I want to see, this would be cool in theory to see them do this, but I want them to do more different things. I would like for them to expand on this world and show things that we weren't shown before. But because the director said we're basically just doing the same thing in live action, I'm like, all right, cool. So there's barely going to be any differences at all. Why
also,
do this then?
Calling the anime movie basically a testing ground for live action really bothered me.
Oh, 100%.
Because animation is a beautiful medium. If you watch the movie Flows, and you guys can see how even animation with no dialogue can be so moving and powerful, and it's great. You don't need a camera for everything. But besides that, they should have just adapted the book. That's all it needed to be. You could have done that.
You could have, but then things would have been very different. Because Toothless is not a normal-sized dragon. He is like one that can fit in your hands.
A sassy bitch.
Yeah.
I don't mean... I mean, Toothless is the sassiest, laziest, annoying little runt of an animal, and I love him in the book. But the book's also very different, and I think it's interesting. It would have been a good way to have. You could keep the same aesthetic from the original movie, but adapt the book instead and see how people feel about it and do a lot with it. I think it would have been really interesting.
It would have been, but this is also the trouble of doing something like this with a big studio and something as beloved as How to Train Your Dragon. If people saw them adapting the book instead of that, there'd be riots in the streets.
I also, on top of that, I have one more question for you. Is this DreamWorks' first live-action movie?
Okay, so there's DreamWorks and then there's DreamWorks Animation.
Okay.
This is DreamWorks Animation's first live-action movie.
That's confusing.
I'm aware. I think it's stupid as well.
Nay. No hate to any actor in this or even anyone that's necessarily involved. I just think the movie's not for us. Guys, I've heard people before. I work at a theme park, at a Universal theme park, and I've heard guests talk about how excited for the movie are all the time. So I'm like, oh, okay. General audiences seem to be hyped for it still, which is fascinating. So if you're excited for it, more power to you. Just not for us.
If they were doing more different things, I would be excited. But as it stands, it does not seem to be that way.
We got a trailer for the Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Where we can see a shadowy figure yanking things people out of existence.
Yeah, just putting them in the shadows in the ground. I'm like, oh, okay.
You've been yeeted. I like the trailer. Yeah. I don't think that they're Thunderbolts still. No part of this reads as the Thunderbolts characters or comic books, but that's fine.
It's funny now because, like, in all the trailers, like, Bucky has the line of, like, we can't call ourselves the Thunderbolts. And after seeing Brave New World, I'm like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
What do you think the Thunderbolts in the comics are? They're not Thaddeus Ross's team.
They're
originally.
I know I've, like, seen it somewhere before, but I don't remember exactly what they are.
Are you aware that there are Nazis in Marvel in comics?
There's a few of them.
So, there's too many of them. Including Baron Zemo, who decided he liked the SS symbol, which is a Nazi, like a lightning bolt, a thunderbolt. So it stemmed from that originally, and it came from the idea of, like, we're good guys now, but we'll use this symbol because it's cool.
Wink.
And then, of course, the problem is the characters in the comic books actually did realize, we actually do like doing good. Wait, this is fun. And they became the Thunderbolts as an actual hero team instead. And it worked really well. The problem is in this, every character in this has already had their hero moment, their change of heart. So what are they doing? Are we just like, we're just ragtagging silly? Like, what's the goal with it now? I don't know. I'm excited for it anyway. I'm excited to see Bob in this Sentry. Still same complaint. His hair is too short. It needs to be a lot longer. Like, that's a genuine complaint. And knowing a lot about the character of Sentry, I'm excited to see what they do with this. And it looks like, I don't know if you know this, but Elena, what's her face? Julia Louis-Dreyfus is her name, right?
Yes.
I say Elena because it's Seinfeld. But she also, in this, she's Fontaine. What's her? Contessa.
Yeah.
She apparently had rumors that she's the one who bought now the tower officially, Avengers Tower.
Yeah. It's very funny that, like, for some reason Marvel is, like, caving into, like, the fans demanding answers to these questions. Like, who bought Avengers Tower? I'm like, does it matter? It's a building.
I mean, they could, because the problem is only that you could be doing something really interesting with it. You easily could. That could have been Oscorp. That could have been Fisk Tower. Like, also, if she bought it, that's the Watchtower, baby. That's also cool.
I don't know what that is.
Sentry's place.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
In the comics, there's a weird... I can show you a picture of this. Actually, just Google that. Watchtower Marvel. Look at the Google images. Because the black and the tower is something that only Sentry can see, to my knowledge.
Oh, I have seen this
cool?
before. I've seen this in the game Spider-Man Web of Shadows, and I never knew what that was.
So it was used in the comics, Stark Tower / formerly Stark Tower and stuff. That's why, which it follows the line in the comics now. Having Avengers / Stark Tower become Watchtower makes actually a lot of sense. And they're just following it. So it's like, who bought it? They're like, the people who bought it in the comics bought it. What do you mean? Which I think is really fun.
Yeah. And
that being said, I know too much about Sentry to know to comment on the trailer more, because I think there's big reveals that will happen for people who do not know about the character.
Yeah, I now know more about it because we've done a super weird story about Sentry.
We have not. I've sent you stuff about him.
What? Oh, wait. I thought we did.
It was like a 10-minute video I sent you about the character.
Oh, no. We were just talking about outside the podcast.
Yes.
So never mind.
So yeah, but you don't remember super weird stories anyway, man.
That's very true.
Which will be fun tonight. Yeah, I think it'll be really cool, and I'm excited for this movie overall. I think it'll be Marvel's first romp in a while. Again. No,
we just had Deadpool.
The Marvels doesn't count. It's adjacent to me still. They're not even in the MCU yet. They're in still an off-world.
I count it because it's a Marvel Studios movie.
Fine. Okay. The first romp I care about. No, the Marvels was really fun. But like, it'll be nice to just have people with guns, I guess, just chilling and being bickery in a movie. Clarify that. Also, they're all super soldiers besides like one person. Crazy.
Well, Yelena is just a spy, and then Ghost and what is Taskmaster like in terms
Ghost is weird.
Well, I know Ghost is weird, but like Taskmaster specifically, because I know the whole deal is like, be able to mimic people, not mimic. Well, yeah, mimic, but
I guess I'm gonna go with Cyborg.
Okay.
That kind of I thought would be at this point for the movies.
Yeah.
I do really want if Taskmaster sticks around in these movies, I really hope that they get really sassy and start mocking people.
People have been saying that this is like their Marvel's version of Suicide Squad. I can already tell you, I think I know who one of them that's gonna die is.
No more comments on that though. Moving on, yay or nay the trailer, Josh?
I give it a yay. It looked like a lot of fun.
We've talked also before about the wonderful Nolan movie coming out soon with a huge cast, an announced movie. I don't know if you said what movie it was now or not, what it was announced then, but it is now. It's the Odyssey, and I mean, yes, that Odyssey, the Odyssey. Homer's.
The thing that's, is famous for storytelling in general.
I just want to say, like, imagine you're a guy named Steve, and then you go on a giant journey, and they call it the Stevening. That's what this is. Odysseus went on the Odyssey. That's a crazy thing.
That is crazy, yeah.
Like, an epic journey? He went on the Joshening. That's crazy. The Shaughnessy. Like, what is this?
He just got really lucky.
Yeah, and it's cool, I'm glad it's a cool name. But, like, was Odysseus a name in Greek times at all?
I'm imagining so.
Was it named like Carl? Like, was it just a guy? Like, it's like the story of Steve, the story of Bill. Like that's an odd thing to think about, but it might have been. I don't know about history enough to do that, but I will say, speaking on history, we did get the first look at Matt Damon as Odysseus, and people are mixed on this because it's not at all accurate to the story or historical. It looks really cool, but everyone's like, Hollywood, stop using the broom hat challenge. Impossible, because in the story he wore a boar's tusk helmet, which is really cool and I think way more badass than just a broom. But it does look cool. I will say, outside of that, it looks really, really cool.
Yeah, this cast also is insanely stacked now. Obviously, you got
Mia Goth.
Yeah, Mia Goth just got cast. You have Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, John Bernthal, Robert Pattinson, Charlize Theron, Zendaya, Mia Goth, Elliot Page, Lupita Nyong'o, John Leguizamo, Benny Safdie, Himesh Patel, Corey Hawkins. Like, this cast is stacked, and I am so excited.
I bet Tom Holland will probably be Telemachus, which is his son.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Anne Hathaway is Penelope, his wife, probably.
Which would be...
Maybe...
Wait, I was like Tom Holland's wife. I was like, wait, hold on.
No, I want to see Robert Pattinson be the Cyclops so badly.
That would be amazing.
It would probably be a puppet, is my guess, or not CG, like a sling big like that.
I think they've talked about it, that they're going like puppetry route for that.
I love that bit. But just having a weird voice version of Pattinson go, "No, who hit you? Nobody hit me." Because the joke in the Odyssey is he's like, "What's your name?" Instead of Odysseus, he says, "Nobody." He's like, nobody. It's the first ever dad joke came from the Odyssey, guys. It's great. This looks cool. I'm excited for it. I think it's funny how he dives into historical accuracy for anything English, but it's like Greek. We'll change up the designs. Whatever. Who cares anymore? It's thousands of years old.
We can do whatever we want.
Let's go to the last piece. Oh no, almost last piece of news. Let's talk about our Eggers news today. Our Robert Eggers news. We have the first piece of news, which is he is directing, confirmed, a sequel to The Labyrinth, which is wild. I love it.
I'm very mixed on it, not because of him. I'm perfectly fine with him.
No, he's why I love it.
Yeah, but like, I think Labyrinth, it's a fine movie. It's okay. I think, like, obviously the puppetry and stuff is incredible because it's Jim Henson doing puppetry stuff, but it's everything else with like the story and the characters. I think is
you remind me of the babe. What babe? The babe with the power. What power? The power.
And like even that, like some of the songs, I'm like, some of these are good. Others just are whatever.
They're like three catchy songs. That's
yeah,
it. Or 2 or 3. But it's fun and also a little creepy. I think that he can do well with the fun and creepy.
It's going to be interesting seeing him make this, but still have to realize, like, oh, I still have to aim this for, like, kids to be able to see this.
Who says he has to? It's been 40 years. What is it?
Yeah, it's been like 40
We'll
years,
see.
but I think that he probably should. Not like, like make it
You ready
tame.
for studios to force an AI David Bowie on us?
God. I don't think Eggers is gonna go for that.
No, but it's like we should do a Grand Moff Tarkin for this. No, we should not.
Who would he pick to play the Goblin King? Who would be a good replacement for David Bowie?
Everyone's gonna go Skarsgård, but I don't want that. Pattinson actually be funny.
He could.
I could see him doing Willem Dafoe doing it.
Oh no, Defoe's gonna be a puppet, and he's gonna be the freakiest little demon ever, and it's gonna be wonderful.
Weird little guy actors. Oh wait, the
Thank you for the words. No, I do not.
I'm sorry. Your reaction to weird little guy actors. Sabrina's ex.
Oh, Barry Keoghan?
Barry Keoghan, yeah. I was gonna say Stardust. That's not right either. Saltburn, but he'd be a fun Goblin King.
He could be, but again, can he sing?
He's a weird little guy. It's all we need.
Yeah, but it's also a musical still.
We don't know that yet.
It would be weird if it wasn't.
The first movie was barely a musical. It's fine.
It's still a musical though.
Wait, what if the plot is the music's gone? Who knows? We don't know the plot yet. I'm gonna say he'd be a fun actor.
Yeah.
Fine. You wanna go with singers? Give it to Jeremy fucking Jordan, I guess. Give it to a regular, hot, non-weird looking guy.
That's not what I'm saying. I want it to be a weird goblin person, but I want them to at least be able to sing.
Ooh, too many requirements. Michael Cera's so funny. What's the... Not Timothée Chalamet, no. I don't know if he can sing or not, but I would like potentially the dude from... What's his name? Eddie Munson. Joseph Quinn could be interesting.
Oh yeah, it's true. I only bet he can sing.
I'm not saying it. I'm also not. The weird little guy thing was just a joke. I'm not saying it was weird or hot or whatever. I'd think about the role. I think he could do it well.
Isn't David Bowie tall?
Who cares? He's very tall. I know.
You keep saying weird little.
No, his essence is weird little guy.
No, that's fair. I think he was 5'10".
Is he actually? Oh, he's probably just boots and high heels all the time.
Yeah.
And he has very tall hair.
Hey, what about Jennifer Connelly? How tall was she?
Jennifer Connelly was the girl in it?
Yeah. That was like one of her first big movies.
Also, other Eggers news, Josh. Or on my notes are other eggs. He is officially directing a movie called Werewolf, Werwulf, based on like a horror period piece of werewolves.
Perfect.
Which is funny because this came out right after this news came out after the Wolfman came out, pretty much.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, he's like, I can do better. He says, I can do it.
I want to do it.
Described as a werewolf movie set in the 13th century England with dialogues true to the time period. I don't believe that part at all.
I believe it fully. That man fully committed with that in The Witch.
You think we're going to need captions the entire time?
I believe it. Every one of his movies that he's made has had like period accurate dialogue. Obviously, I think The Northman is the one where you give it a little bit of leeway.
Nosferatu also is not incredibly accurate dialogue. I was still modern enough for a lot of it, but I'm saying that this is going to have to be some crazy like this. I hope it works out. I'm really excited to see this. I believe if anyone can do it, he could do it.
Yeah.
Also, imagine him shooting a werewolf transformation at all. Like that would be horrific.
It'd be so practical, and I would love it.
He gets an actual human werewolf? Oh my god, I love that.
Exactly.
The last piece of news is the best piece of news, Josh, and that's the Fantastic Four trailer.
Yay!
Yep. Yay. Just yay, right?
Yay. I'm excited, which is something that I've never said about Fantastic Four before.
Evan Moss backworks the thing when he's just cooking in the kitchen. Like, that's great. Nice the bear reference there.
They know what the people want, and they're giving them what the people want.
I've heard complaints about the voice, and I don't agree with that.
I think it's just they're used to like all the other versions like having a more
like
gravelly
Chickless?
kind of voice.
But Chickless just sounds gravelly normally.
Yeah, but even Jamie Bell in the 2015 one still had like that, rocky voice added to it.
I think the idea of him having a smoother voice is way more tragic.
Yeah. Also,
it makes it like he's a person. It reminds me that he's a human.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
And I think that it's brilliant. Makes it really good, enhancing the fact that, oh, fuck, it's just kind of a skin condition with a strength.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a fun vibe to be in. Where if he's like, oh, I'm a rock, he's like, it's hard. It's easier to dismiss humanity when someone sounds like a monster, too, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, when you see him just in a sweater cooking in the kitchen, talking to a robot named Herbie, who is so sad he added a spice. It's great. That was a great trailer. One thing we noticed, of course, in this trailer is one power is not shown. We see no stretching in this trailer, despite the fact that we see a giant chalkboard, right, and that Reed's working on. It's clearly going to be a stretching moment.
It will be so fucking funny to me if they go with the hard light like they did for Miss Marvel. That would be so funny because everyone will get so mad at it. I'll get mad too, but I will also think it's hilarious.
It will make me the most angry I've been at an MCU choice, more than Doctor Doom.
Oh, for sure. That'd be very stupid of them to do.
Because this means that if RDJ is their Doom, we will have ruined every Doom.
That's the one thing that I'm very curious about what they're going to do with it, because this film so far seems to very much just be establishing who the Fantastic Four are and, like, you know, their place in the universe, which is obviously not our universe, and then the threat of Galactus. But then how does Doom
which also
fit into
designed
that?
perfect.
Oh, yeah.
We can see the shadows written.
Bring back the cloud.
Voice. No!
Bring it
I'm gonna
back.
Fight you.
Commit to it.
Why is Captain Holt in that movie?
I don't know.
He's not bad. It's just weird.
That movie is also rated PG, which is even stranger to me.
So Ralph Ineson's voice also is perfect for Galactus, of course.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
People are like, why is Galactus small? Like, he's, first off, can change his size at will to any size he needs. Secondly, he doesn't physically eat a planet like a pizza. That's not how it works.
That'd honestly be really funny if he did.
He builds like machines and drains the life out of the planet into himself. That's mostly what it is.
Why else would he need the Silver Surfer to go to, like, the planets and stuff? Like, if he could just, you know, grab it and just, like, you know, eat it, like, he wouldn't need someone to, like, you know, go help.
Like, even the cloud is wrong, too. He literally, in the first... I read the Galactus' first appearance. It's, like, 3 issues. And it's really interesting. They trick Galactus in the end, which is they had to outsmart him, which makes sense because he's giant and will just kill everything. But he just drains everything from Earth and then uses the energy to consume, like, very Cybertron-y, I feel like, actually. Very Megatron and vibes. Or who's the big planet? Unicron? Some of that kind of vibe.
I think it's Unicron, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited for this trailer, and I'm really, really excited because Johnny Storm looks good flying.
Yeah.
And we had a lens flare off of his flight, which, like, that's a cool touch too. Invisible Woman looks good. I wish her hair was more 60s appropriate, like, in terms of style. Like, hers the only, like, everyone else's hair is like the right vibe, but hers is like very modern. But I don't really care enough. Also, because it's still a weird modern-ish mismatch. But also the thing. Can I just say it's weird seeing him in a shirt?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a little weird. I do think the reason they're not having Reed use his powers yet, though, is they're still working on it.
Yeah.
Like, to the very last second, they're keep working on it as long as they can, because it's gonna be weird.
It's a weird effect that you've got to make look as real as you can.
But to do that, it's gonna look weird because no one will. There's no real world counterpart to look at all to compare it to.
Yeah.
So it will look uncanny valley no matter what, and it should. This is a man who can pop his own eyeballs out to look around at things. This is a man who can, change any part of his body at will at any point. That's crazy. He can change his face to look like someone else at any point. That's crazy. When he is in grief, he starts to melt because he takes so much effort all the time to put himself together every second of his life. Like, they actually showed that pretty well, I think, in the very first movie. You could see him, like, in the bed trying to hold himself together a bit. That was good. That they never did it again, but that was good.
I don't remember them doing that.
It was a little bit, but not much. It was like a small touch, and I wish they did more of that stuff. So it's gonna look weird. If they lean into the weirdness, it can work really well. But Josh, it's time.
It's time
for a year in review of 2024. Now, I point out to you that you had an open book test.
It was
Every
so funny.
year, it's the same questions I ask him, minus like maybe a change here or there. But generally, it's like 75% the same questions. And he doesn't know that. Meaning he's never remembered it one year or the other year.
When he pointed that out to me, I died because I was just like, you know what? That sounds like a very me thing to not realize. And once again, I did not do any homework for this open book test.
So I'm going to start with pull up our letterbox, I guess. I don't know if you have a list of your 2024 movies at all or anything like that.
I do.
Is it ready?
Yes.
I'm going to go to my films and filter 2024 and then add beavers to it because I know it says 2022 on there. Because that's what it first was, a first early festival thing, trying to figure things out. I wish they could adjust letterboxed years on there.
Yeah.
For like official release, because a testing of an early version of a movie is not the same thing as it coming out.
Well, let me see. Does IMDb do the same thing? Yeah, IMDb does the same thing.
Isn't that dumb?
I get it, but I get where you're coming from.
I would, but like filmmakers should be able to adjust it if you want to change it. Apparently, it's hard to do that. So let's start with here, and of course, I will say also the Oscars are happening soon. Like we said earlier, so I have been catching up some Oscar nominees, so we're now what the most recent in my head probably. But I think overall it's been an interesting list. The most recent 2024 movie I saw was Complete Unknown, apparently. Interesting. So let's start with our biggest yay of the year. Does not necessarily mean the best movie of the year, but the movie you'd give the yay the highest to, you think?
Man, I'm looking at my top ones. I'm like, I want to say Hundreds of Beavers, but there's also Dune Part 2 and Sing Sing, and like they're all incredible. So, that's a tough one.
You get one of these answers. You get one big yay, one neutral yay. That's where we go with the biggest yay first. Which you can give any reasons you want to for this.
I guess I'll give it to Hundreds of Beavers. That movie, it just is.
It's a testament to it.
It's incredible.
Insane out of will.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray.
Me too.
Now, Josh, why Beavers? Why is the biggest yay for you?
It is legitimately one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a movie. The quality and quantity of jokes is incredible, and it's so well done. Despite how little of a budget they had, they make it work so well, and it's just a laugh like every 20-second right hits. It's so fun. I love it every second of it. It's amazing.
That's probably my actual answer I'm going to give. I'm going to give a different one to be different here. And say Saturday Night is
interesting,
a wild ride, and I love and am stressed every second of it. But like, I don't even think it's the best movie of the year or anything, but I think it's a movie that I really, really loved and gravitated toward.
Mm-hmm.
I think more people should see. So I'm putting that as good vibes in the air. Go watch Saturday Night if you want to, or if you can, because again, Mr. Gabriel LaBelle is so good in it. Rachel Sennett's great. Like Corey Michael Smith as Chevy Chase makes me uncomfortable in it, which is accurate to Chevy Chase. Dylan Ryan is great, and like everyone is so good. Matt Wood is great as John Belushi, who I think should also play Wolverine in the MCU at this point in my head.
Yeah.
He's so good at that. Genuinely, it's such a fun ride and feels right for what working on an indie level film would be at that. But like, it feels so indie, but so okay. Here's all the money in the world. Do what you need to do. Also, you're somehow broke at the same time. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Really fun time. Now I'm gonna let's go to our biggest nay of the year. This does not even mean we hate the movie. This is not an insult to the movie. It just means it's the least probably for us we watched from 2024. I know Josh's answer, but go ahead, Josh.
You see, I don't know. I'm conflicted on this answer for a variety of different reasons. Hold on.
I have similar thoughts on some of these, but go on. No, I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna give it to Madam Web.
Oh no, Madam Web is nowhere near the bottom for me.
The biggest nay?
Not at all. That movie was a delight. I love it. I've got two choices I could go between, and one of them seems like, I don't know. My least favorite movie of the year was the director's cut of Rebel Moon Part 1. And it's one of those things of just like, I don't know if I should count it or not, because like it's still the same movie, but it is significantly longer.
Go with something else.
Borderlands is such a boring answer though, but that is...
Give it to Borderlands then. I mean,
I'm gonna give it. I'll give it to Borderlands.
Is it the least free you got this year?
I got nothing from that movie. It did some stuff, and then I left the theater. I was like, well, that was a thing, I guess.
And I know people who loved this. Like, I know people who genuinely loved it, and that's great. Yes, I do.
What?
A friend of the podcast, Bueller, loved the movie.
Why?
They had no knowledge of the games and just went and had fun.
I barely have knowledge of the games, and I was just like, where's the jokes?
Yeah, I felt similarly, but you know what? Again, to each their own, and that's... I'm not judging anyone for liking a movie or disliking a movie. That's like general my rule.
I'm not judging, I'm just confused.
Let's have them on again, have them talk about it.
But what's yours?
For me, my biggest nay, I'm actually going to give to... I don't think it's the worst movie of the year, but I didn't love it, and that's Kung Fu Panda, whatever one is, 3, 4?
4. Interesting, but
I thought it was fine. It was a movie that I really wanted more from.
Yeah.
And I really didn't get much.
When I think back on it, it very much feels like it's like one of those studio movies where they're just like, oh, we're going to like reboot the series for a new generation. And it'll be like, the original character is going to make way for the next one. I'm like, you idiots do understand it's called Kung Fu Panda. And the next person he wants to be the Dragon Warrior is not a panda. I'm confused. And they're also played by Awkwafina, so that also just doesn't make things better.
Since when can he... It's weird that he can choose. It's weird that it's an expiration title. Like, it's weird that it goes away in the first place.
Apparently, it had a whole lot of behind-the-scenes trouble, and I get that. When I see it, I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense.
And I don't hate the movie at all. I gave it, I think, a 5 out of 10 when I first saw it, and I don't know how I feel about it now, but I remember thinking I really wanted more out of it. And my 5 out of 10 might go up or down at this point. I stopped rating movies in general mostly at this point. I think it's just, like,
Boo.
my thoughts change them. Well, my thoughts change wildly on the movies, and from day to day, week to week. And the more I think about something, I can have opinion. I can have when I see someone else's opinion of a movie, I can be swayed to like it more or less. Not even like in a I love it or hate it way, but it just I can respect the movie even more, or because of something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think this movie was not for me. It was the least for me I think I saw, because while I rated Madam Web lower, dear God, I laughed more.
You see, that's the reason why I didn't rate it so low, is because I had such a fun time watching it. It's such a disaster of a movie, but it is so funny.
The villain died by a giant pea. Also, Craven was this year, right? I didn't see that one yet.
That was my number 3 least favorite movie. Again, it's very similar to Borderlands. It just shows up, it does some things, and then it stops.
Let's go to we have our neutral nay. A movie that you think is again, it's probably not one of your favorite movies of the year, not one of your least favorite movies of the year, but it's like it is neutral, but less than you'd like, whatever. I'm gonna go first on this one here, and I'm actually gonna give this to one that I rated 3 stars. No, I'm gonna change my answer. It's fucking Red One.
Yeah, that's fair.
Red One, half the time, like I am so on board. The other half, I'm like, this is god awful, and I'm so confused by how he's put together. A lot of the lore is like 75% of it is dog shit, and the other 25% of it is like, this is really creative. This should be a better movie. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Why is he Ant-Man?
Yeah.
But I like this movie again. I rate it again, same as Kung Panda, but I think it's overall the most confusing mix of neutrality in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But negatively. I don't know how to explain that one.
I get that. I think for me, I'm going to go with Maxine on this one.
I like Maxine.
I don't think Maxine is a bad movie. I just think that it doesn't do enough to justify its existence. Like, we don't learn anything about Maxine as a character at this point. We just know she wants to be famous, but never really any reason as to why. It tries to build this big mystery as to who, like, the killer in this is, and it's very obvious from the get-go, but they play it like it's a last-minute twist, so we don't get any actual thorough exploration with it. As a slasher, it's okay. It's honestly not that good. There's no real creative kills with this one, and then I feel like they didn't use the 80s aesthetic and vibes like the same way they did for Pearl or X. Like, I feel like there's so much more they could have done with it. I don't know. To me, it left a lot to be desired. Again, I don't think it's a bad movie, but it definitely was one of the most disappointing movies for me.
You know what? I liked it a lot, but I also get that. It's fine. I wish it did a lot more. I wish the third act was a lot stronger, for sure. That third act is really weak to me overall.
Oh, the third act is the thing that really made me not like it.
Now, we have to go with our neutral yay. So it doesn't matter. I mean, that's not like a second place, but again, still in the middle round. But you think it just maybe people should watch or give it a chance or see or whatever you want to feel like that.
Ooh, I've got one.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with If on this one.
That's what I was gonna say. Go ahead. Talk it out. Give me your thoughts.
I don't think it's a bad movie. I think there's a lot of creative and fun ideas with it. Like, Krasinski is obviously doing a lot of different things in his past directorial stuff. Movie looks fucking incredible. He got Spielberg's goddamn cinematographer to shoot this movie, so it looks fantastic. But there's a lot of, like, iffy world-building stuff that's never really quite explored the way that it should be. And then, like, there's some other elements to the story and characters that I'm like, I feel like that we could have explored this better. I think that if he brought on another writer to help him with it, I think it could have been so much stronger for it. But as it stands, I didn't like have a bad time watching it, but I wish that there was more from it. But I respect a lot of what he was doing in it, and God, this is really legitimately one of the best looking movies of the year. Like, it's so insane to me to say that, but it looks fantastic.
I have a crazy answer for mine.
Okay, shoot.
And you're not going to agree with it. That's fine. It is my neutral yay, and that is... My review was one sentence. I don't know how I feel about it. I stand by that.
Is it Deadpool?
Joker Folie à Deux.
Oh, no.
Hold on. I think I agree with that. I think this movie, not a musical. And I'm on board for it for 2/3 of the movie. But then I get so confused on how I feel about it. I think...
Gone.
Hold on. I think this movie is worth watching without the lens of it's a musical. If you watch it without that, it helps a lot.
You see, I don't necessarily agree with that because it is a musical. It's just a really shitty one. It is.
No.
They're using song and dance to express their inner emotions, but the issue is that all the emotion they are expressing is joy. There's only like 1 or 2 songs that is anything other than I'm happy. But it is a musical.
No, because I think I disagree on the plot what a musical is then, because I think the songs have to move the plot or character forward, really. They don't do either of those things.
Yeah, but this is like saying that like Bohemian Rhapsody would be a musical because it has song and dance in it. That's not the same thing as what I'm saying. They're using specific songs and music to express themselves. Would you say a jukebox musical like Mamma Mia is a musical?
Generally, I'm gonna be on the minority and say no on that one. Actually, generally,
This is a
I don't
fascinating thing.
no. I've said it for years. I don't think jukebox musicals don't generally count as musicals for the most part. Now, Mamma Mia is two. I think is a better example of being a musical than number one is.
Interesting.
But that's a bigger discussion for today. But you know what? Fine, I'll give you a different answer then. If you're gonna fight me on this one.
Well, no, it's not that I'm disagreeing
No.
with your answer as a whole. I'm just disagreeing with the part of you saying it's not a musical because there are so many songs in this that like it's anything but a musical, or it is a musical. I can't word correctly.
I almost said Argyle because I'm confused on how I feel about the movie still.
Yeah, that's also a fair one.
Matthew Vaughn, I still love a direction all the time.
I didn't like it in this one. It felt like someone was trying to copy his style and didn't understand how it worked.
But the haircut for Henry Cavill.
Why did
crazy.
he do that to him?
Let's talk about now our best movie villain.
Ooh, this is an interesting one.
Because yeah, you could have been prepped. I'm gonna avoid. If you want to start with let's start with superhero comic villain movies this year.
There was not that many.
I mean, fine. I was gonna count Eggman as well, but it's not really superhero comic book villain. But for favorite villain this year in general, then I'm gonna go with, this is a spoiler for Blink Twice.
Ooh, yes,
but
that's a great one.
I'm gonna go with everyone in that movie who's a dick.
Yeah,
But specifically the main one. I don't want to say anything about the movie. There's villainy then in that movie for sure.
For
and the
sure.
best villains, but I don't think they're not good. They're not an iconic fun. Better answer. Trap. What's his face?
yes.
Trap is the answer.
Trap is the answer.
Cooper is the answer. Josh Hartnett. He is the best villain of the year, and he's also protagonist.
It's great. Oh no! I just saw Transformers 1. Oh,
That's not the best villain. Trap's more fun.
Trap is very fun, but Megatron
Is that
is
your
done
answer?
so. I don't know. I'm conflicted now.
I mean, you could go with the passage of time in it.
Oh, there's Chris
passage.
There's Chris Hemsworth and Furiosa.
You could go with the passage of time in The Substance. You could go with the passage of time in a lot of these movies, actually.
Now this is tough. Damn it.
You could go with all the jerks in Monkey Man. You could go with sexual tension in Challengers.
As much as I want to say Trap, I want to say it's so bad, I have to give it to Megatron and Transformers 1. Not just because of like how incredibly well his arc is done in it, but also because of Brian Tyree Henry's performance is so goddamn good. And like I saw, I think like 4 or 5 times in theaters. Like it was one of my favorites of the year. I had an absolute blast with it, and especially because of him. Like goddamn, that man's amazing.
My second choice was going to be Herr Koenig from Cuckoo as best villain. He is a good villain.
Dave Stevens with his little flute in the German accent.
Now let's go with best musical or musical vibes.
Ooh.
Musical vibes, again, things like Kinds of Kindness are almost a musical vibe too, because it's such a theatrical, weird vibe to it. But I don't mean it doesn't have to be musical specifically, but it can have the same vibe as one.
I am going with Better Man.
People want to say Wicked, Josh. That's not my answer either.
Wicked's the incorrect answer. I'm sorry. Wicked is good, but it's not the best.
I'm gonna go with the musical vibe one instead of musical actually, because I'm gonna be a dick to everyone. I'm gonna go with, I could easily see a musical coming out of Lisa Frankenstein.
I could see it, but
easily. But if you want to be technical, I guess, because I didn't see a ton of musicals otherwise, Wicked was good. Wicked's good. We're not hating on Wicked. We did a whole episode on Wicked with whatever. I gave my thoughts then. We like the movie, guys.
It's a good one.
Complete Unknown is good. It's very good. I want to watch Better Man. I'm watching this next week or two.
Yes.
I'm very excited for that. But I think that I easily could see Lisa Frankenstein having this. The production design alone gives it musical theater vibes to me.
Yeah.
I think that works really well for it. So as a movie that happens to have the vibes of musical, that works for me really well. You ready for the next question that's being harder?
Sure.
Your most unhinged experience.
Ooh. Unhinged experience. That's a great question.
I don't mean the theater of people being dicks around, sitting around you being jerks, whatever. I mean the movie.
I feel like I gotta go with The Substance on this one.
I was expecting more.
I had no idea what to expect, so that one really surprised me. Is there anything else I can say?
Long Legs is interesting.
Longlegs, yeah, but I wouldn't say that one was unhinged. That one was
I'm
unsettling.
gonna say in a positive way, Hundreds of Beavers is pretty unhinged.
That is very true. I'll agree with
That
that.
was pretty unhinged. Also, the beauty of Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Smile 2 had some fun unhinged moments for sure, but not as a whole.
Ooh.
I'm between
No. Megalopolis. That is one of the most unhinged things I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Every decision is wrong, but it's also amazing.
I almost gave this answer to Sonic 3, but I am sticking with Hundreds of Beavers. I think it deserves that award of most unhinged experience for me.
That's very fair, but once you see Megalopolis, you'll understand why I chose that. It's incredible. It's insane. It's beautiful, but it's also terrible.
I want to ask you your most fun gaming experiences this year of 2024.
Ooh, gaming.
Now, you and my fiance got me a gift together of a PS5 this past year. So me playing original Spider-Man 1 game for PS5 was my favorite gaming experience the past year. I think it was absolutely incredible. It wasn't a new game, but it was new for me, and the whole system was new for me. I haven't played any 2024 games. I don't ever play games the year they come out ever. But Josh has more than I do, so I'm asking if you have an answer for that one.
I've got 3 choices. I'm going with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Astrobot. Those were all some of my favorite games from last year, and were all just amazing, different experiences on their own. So I just gotta go with all of them. Indiana Jones is basically the 5th movie that we never got, and I'm fine with that.
We got a 5th movie, Josh.
No,
what do you mean?
We didn't. It doesn't exist. Dial of Destiny isn't a thing.
My dad has never heard it until today. He wants to watch it.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I do. Actually, I will say also, gaming experience this past year is playing more VR with you.
That is true. We did
really
do
fun.
that.
We started doing that more, and it's been really fun because it's a way to help us stay connected in opposite coasts. I always tell him to just come over here and hang out, but he won't. He refuses to. You just refuse to come over. It's so rude. I guess you're a little far away, like 2,500 miles, wherever.
Yeah, just a little bit of distance.
But I will say that was for gaming. That was really fun. Now I'm gonna ask you. This is the obvious for both of us. This is not the same as Unhinged, but it is close to it, and that is our weirdest movie.
This is a good one.
Might be Beetlejuice for me.
That's fair.
Not good or bad. Just it's a little weird, man. I don't think it all works. I don't think that movie as a whole has a lot of issues, but I think it's fun ? I wrote it. I think I gave it 3 stars. I have a lot more thoughts on it. The Soul Train scene alone makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Is it Megalopolis still?
No.
There's been weirder?
Yes, but for the wrong reasons. I'm going with Amelia Perez on this one. The entire existence...
Exchange operation.
Yeah, the entire existence of this movie and what the product is so weird to me. It is just a fascinating product of just like, who said yes to this and why did nobody say no to it? It is so strange and not in a good way. The decisions are wild. Again, not in a good way. Yeah, everyone's talked about Amelia Perez to death, so Sean is giving me the finger to be quiet because Cat is doing cat things.
I really had to feed her because she was getting annoyed again.
If I didn't go with that, though, I might have gone with Night Bitch. That was a weird one, but not for the reasons you think. But I did enjoy Night Bitch. That was actually a pretty good movie overall, I would say.
I'm so sorry. Continue.
What words was I using?
Amelia Perez, man.
It's just weird on the basis of everything. Like, the decisions it makes are weird. The way the film came about is weird. Yeah, made by a straight French white man telling a story of a transgender Mexican drug cartel woman. It's so bizarre. And like at first I thought this was Tar for me. I thought this was based on a true story at first because it's so insane that it had to have been completely made up. It is completely made up. And it's even weirder for that. It's so fascinating.
Like, I'm not mad at the idea of a cis man writing a trans story necessarily if you know what you're doing and do lots of research and talk to trans people and put in the work for a long time.
Yeah.
And have trans people read the script and go over it with you and have people advising and make sure it's accurate and authentic.
This was not that.
He didn't do that.
This was not that in any way. And the fact that this is France's entry for Best International Film, a movie that supposedly takes place entirely in Mexico. Fun fact, they shot it in Paris. They never went to Mexico. Even weirder. Again, everything about this is so weird. Don't watch it. But apparently Sean says he's going to, and I don't know why.
I need a complete Oscar categories.
No, you don't.
Nominations. So the next category would have been top 3 favorite superhero movies. But we don't have enough this year, really.
No.
I mean, you could say Madam Web and Craven, I guess. But I'm gonna expand that then, I guess. Superhero adjacent also counts. Things that you feel like that could, like Furiosa is very heroic to me. She's a cyborg character. We have Sonic characters that are very superhero. I'm gonna go with, and it could be two. Your top two of that are superhero adjacent.
That's a tough one.
Well, Rick Red 1 could be there.
In theory, it could be. In practice, it ain't.
You know what? I'm gonna give this one for my top two of superhero movies this year. Transformers 1.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I guess I'm gonna give it to Venom. I don't wanna, but I kind of feel that way, I guess. Venom is weird. It was, why are two Ted Lasso actors in this movie and they don't interact at all? Still don't know. Weird movie. Fun time.
I'm gonna go with Transformers 1, Sonic 3, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Because despite all my issues I have with Deadpool, I still thought it was a fun time, and there's a lot that I did enjoy about it. Sonic 3 is kind of obvious as to how it would be superhero adjacent. I also just really like the movie. It's my favorite of the three so far. I just had a blast with it. And
for
then
me, it's 2, 1, 3 on the series.
I can get it though. And then Transformers 1 is just, it's so good. Like I gave it 4 stars, but every time I think of it, I'm like, should I raise it? It's so good.
You liked it more than I did, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Because I had no idea what to expect from it, and God, I was floored at every
that
turn.
Fucking GoBots joke makes me mad. The slander. The next question would have been top 3 favorite non-superhero movies, but again, that's most of them here.
Yeah.
So let's just highlight 3 movies in here we have not said yet. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Dune Part 2. Obviously.
You said already in general.
Well, yeah, but
go ahead.
Yeah, that movie's just incredible on every front. It's an amazing sci-fi epic. It finishes off the story of the first Dune in such a fantastic way. Everything is amazing in what it's done. I still say Blade Runner 2049 is my favorite of Denis films, but this is a very close second. Sing Sing, incredible on every front. Coleman Domingo is my pick for best actor for this year. He's just amazing. But the fact that this is also based on a true story, and not only that, but they got the actual prisoners that the story is based on to play themselves in the movie, makes it even cooler to me. Just an amazing movie overall. And then I'm going to go with Nickel Boys because mostly it's obviously a fantastic movie, but what I really love is the way it shoots it all in first person perspective, but not in how things like Hardcore Henry, which use GoPros, or how like Markiplier's Choose Your Own Adventure movies were shot. This is doing an entirely different thing on its own, and it is insanely well done. I just loved it. It's so good.
So movies I want to shine a light on right now. I want to shine a light on A Real Pain. I love Real Pain. I think it was fantastic, and I thought that it was heart-wrenching, and Kieran Culkin annoyed me so much in the movie perfectly.
Yep.
Have you seen the movie?
Yep.
Great there. I really like Twisters.
That was a fun one.
I think it deserves a lot of love. I think it's really fun. I wish they kissed at the end, just saying.
That was so stupid.
It was I think it was Spielberg who told not to.
That was so stupid. Spielberg, we get it. Your parents got divorced. You made a whole movie about it. Move on, man.
Oh, God. It was either Spielberg or Glenn Powers. Spielberg had notes for it, but that was really good. I really also, there's the obvious answer of like Brutalist. Like all the Oscar nominees are great. I'm not going to talk about those right now. Besides Emilio Perez. But like I also really loved We Live in Time, and really wish I got more love. More like a Academy Award, kind of like more award buzz in general, because this is incredible. And not to get all sappy, but sitting this next to my fiance watching this movie, I was speechless afterward, thinking about my entire future with this woman who I will marry, and it really affected me deeply. And I love this movie so much. I thought it was great. And I'm gonna throw in one fourth one here, and that's just Furiosa is so good, and people don't give enough credit. Why is Chris Hemsworth not getting nominated for things?
I know. I rewatched it in January, and I bumped it up to 5 stars because I was just like, fuck it.
I was right.
You were right, because I first saw it, and I really saw it with the mentality of just like expecting another Fury Road, and I didn't get that. I didn't think it was bad at all when I first saw it, but it wasn't what I was expecting. And then on rewatches, I was increasing my love for it, and then by this most recent one, I was like, yeah, I get it. I fully understand why people give it 5 stars.
Meanwhile, I was like, I want a Fury Road to be this movie when I watch Fury Road. So that's fine. I like Fury Road still, but just not as much as this. And let's talk about also the funniest movie experience for you. Obvious one for me is Hundreds of Beavers. I'm going to say it again. Hundreds of Beavers is the funniest movie for me in years.
Yeah, Hundreds of
in
Beavers.
years.
It is the funniest one, no doubt about it. But I'm going to say my second funniest one, and it is not one that a lot of people would think of, and that is the Sebastian Stan movie, A Different Man. Because at first, it doesn't seem like it's a comedy, and then once you get to the third act, it turns into one of the funniest dark comedies I've ever seen. It is so great. It is amazing. Sebastian Stan, Adam Pearson are fantastic. Everything about the movie I absolutely love. If I didn't go with that, then I would go with Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. Amazing movie. Absolutely love it.
I also laughed in Baby Girl a lot, like purposely. There was things I written that way that were like this funny. It's awkward and weird and funny, and meant to be funny as well, and acted that way that work really well and are really funny. The movie Baby Girl as a whole, I think, does a really good job at showcasing a lot of the dynamics and like bringing awareness to these kind of feelings like people have in life and stuff, and it's great. But I think it's very funny at times, as well as shockingly funny. I also found Madam Web to be.
Yeah.
And Lucy Frankenstein's really funny. I like Lucy Frankenstein. My Old Ass is great, but again, funniest movie for me is definitely Hundreds of Beavers, no doubt.
Yeah.
But let's talk about best horror, because there were some horror movies this year that I think did pretty good.
I gotta go with Long Legs on this one. That's
not Nosferatu.
I love Nosferatu. That was a great one. There's so much about that one that I love, but Long Legs is one of the very few horror movies that genuinely like disturbed me and made me feel unnerved the entire time. Like, and it's really a lot due to the cinematography and the way that Osgood Perkins frames his shots. It is done so well. And I wish we got to see less of Nicolas Cage in it, because the less we saw of him, the creepier he was. But yeah, I loved it.
Daddy!
I love it. It's so good.
For best horror, I'm gonna go. This one's horror comedy vignettes, and that's Kinds of Kindness is really good.
I was gonna talk about that as like one of the funniest movies, because like that was.
It's very funny.
It's very funny.
But I'm also gonna touch on this really quickly, and I really liked. This is a movie that is technically it's horror, but it's also drama and heartfelt with full of soul and passion, and like a lot of emotion. And that is A Quiet Place Day One.
Yeah.
That is a scary movie, intense.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm gonna cry. That's a weird mix to give me.
Like the part when it's like after the first day and they're in her apartment at night and it's like raining a thunderstorm and they just like scream, like, is so powerful. It's so good.
I mean, to be fair, all three of those movies are a great balance of I'm gonna cry and I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Great job. So that's my best horror. I mean, Long Legs is great. I'm just I can't narrow one down specifically, but I guess I'm gonna go with the one I said originally. Fucking what did I know? Kinds of Kindness, because I think it while being horror in a way, it's also hilarious and really well done.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also kind of the vibe of Yorgos a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like, it works.
I definitely need to give The Favorite a rewatch, because when I first saw it, I didn't get it of like what he was going for. I still don't like The Lobster. I saw that before last year when Poor Things was coming out. It's not a good movie. I love me some dry humor. I love dry humor. I think it's great when it's done correctly. It was not done correctly there. I don't know.
It doesn't work for you. People love it. Everyone I know is giving it 4 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars, 3.5, 4, 4, 5, 5. It's like. So people do love the movie. It's
just like Triangle of Sadness. To me, Lobster and Triangle of Sadness are on the same levels, because like I can see it
insists on itself.
I can see it more with Triangle of Sadness of seeing why people like that, because there's legitimately some great stuff in that. But it's
not Yorgos though.
No, it's not Yorgos.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like the same vibes.
So let's go with the best new TV show that you watched this past year for you.
Oh boy,
is that a hard question?
That's new.
Or
what the fuck have I watched?
The Creature Commandos you watched.
The Creature Commandos was great. That was a great one. You see, this is a problem though of why I want Letterboxd to do TV, so that way I can remember what I watched, because there's so much.
I really think that TV is a hard thing to judge for this category, because often you're catching up on things for years ago and whatever. I mean, I enjoy watching Survivor with you.
Yeah,
that's fun. But I haven't watched a lot of TV real time. I am watching my fiance The Vampire Diaries. It's pretty fun.
Nice.
So yeah, it's fun. It's wacky and crazy, and a lot of it's nonsensical, but that's also had a lot of like any kind of werewolf or monster story usually is kind of wacky and crazy.
Yeah. It's not new, but Squid Game Season 2 was fantastic. I really love that. I was trying to figure out what the answer, because there's so many shows, and I don't.
You watched Severance?
That came out in January.
Asking you to do. Okay, I guess it's true. You can do it. You can track IMDb instead. Start adding a list.
No, that's boring.
Okay. You watch The Boys?
Boys. Yeah, Boys season 4. That was a good one.
No, my answer is Gen V. Last year I watched for the first time.
All right,
that was really good.
Not a show from last year, but I'll count it. That was good.
That was a new. I'm counting because we did gaming for you. So I'm gonna go for
the
me.
Games I said were all from last year.
I'm saying no. I mean the general you. The gaming is new for you. That's the okay. Whatever. Fucking whatever. Moving on.
I guess if we're going new, I'm gonna have to say Fallout because that's the only new one I saw all the way through.
Best animated feature.
Ooh.
It's not Moana 2.
I think you're way too harsh on that movie, man.
It's not good.
You're incorrect.
I'm gonna go with Flow. You haven't seen it yet, but I love Flow.
I am torn between
Transformers 1.
No, I would love to, but the other 3 I have are Robot Dreams, The Wild Robot, and
one was really good.
Yeah, and Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul. I'm gonna go with Robot Dreams on this one. That was it was a very different kind of movie than what I was expecting, but I really loved it and just how the whole story progressed and the arcs and everything. It was all surprisingly moving in ways I wasn't expecting, and yeah, I gotta go for that. I loved Wild Robot though. That one, beautiful, fantastic, loved it. And Wallace and Gromit, just incredible all around. That movie's amazing.
Next answer is coolest costume. I wish the Wolverine costume was better in my eyes, but that would have helped.
Coolest costume.
For me, I do like the costume design in Wicked a lot.
It is good. I do like that.
A lot of them are good there. Also with Nosferatu, but I'm gonna give this one the coolest costume. It might be. There's a lot of good costumes in Beetlejuice.
There is.
So usually give this to a superhero character, and I might give this. You're gonna get mad at me for this one because we see one shot of it in Madame Web. The Spider-Woman, the City Sweeney Spider-Woman costume is so cool, and we never get to see it in action ever.
That is a good one. I'm trying to find an out-of-pocket answer.
Why? You want to be different so bad?
No, because I know I've seen good costume stuff, but I want to find a different one that's not, of the normal ones.
Dune's good.
Dune's costume design is good. I feel like I want to go with Megalopolis for this answer, because there's
Do it.
I don't know, but I can't think of a specific person, though. That's the problem.
Just say the vibes of the movie. The costume design is great for that. What was... I really liked Wiccan's costume in Agatha All Along, actually.
That was a good one.
Now we have a few last questions here, Josh. You gonna give an answer to this one?
Hold on,
officially?
Hold on.
All the Cardinals in Conclave. There you go. All of them in the same costume.
They are pretty dapper. Guys, help me. This shouldn't be hard.
What's your answer, Sir Josh? Coolest costume. 3, 2, 1.
Shush. Let me think.
This is not a serious question. I took it really seriously.
Well, yeah, I want to take it seriously.
I appreciate you.
I'm going to go with Dementus's look in Furiosa.
That's a cool costume.
I'm going to go with that one.
I think with the City of Sweeney Spider-Man because it's also accurate and awesome, but we'll never see it again, so who cares?
It's a very interesting choice of doing something that's on screen for like 2 seconds, but I'll respect it because it is a cool one.
It is a cool costume. It's like the X-Men Apocalypse costumes at the end. They're like, those are cool costumes. We'll never see them again. All right, we got the biggest surprise of 2024 for you. What was it? Good, bad, middle, whatever it was. Doesn't mean it's the best thing ever. Like, that's a surprising movie for some reason.
I'll give 2 answers then. I'll give one for good and one for bad. The one that surprised me the most of how good it was Better Man. That one just floored me in so many ways. Just not from the subject matter of the movie. Like, that was also insane, but it was the musical numbers. The fucking musical numbers, man, are so well done. It's so good. There's a sequence in it that reminded me of Up, and it was so sad and heartbreaking. The monkey movie... It is
not fun seeing a monkey do cocaine, Josh.
I know, that's the point. And then one that surprised me and how much I didn't like it. This is a tougher one. I don't know why this one's tough.
You don't have to give that answer.
No, I'm giving
it. That's negative.
I'm giving it because I think it's important.
My answer for biggest surprise in general is The Wild Robot, not for it being good or bad or anything, but for what it actually was in the movie. I did not expect a parable about motherhood with a goose. That was not my bingo card.
Yeah,
that was not at all what I was expecting from the movie. Like, I was expecting something way closer to Flow, of like a much more low dialogue, kind of just chill movie about adapting to survive and becoming one with the forest and animals and stuff. No, I am a mother. That was the vibe. And I thought it was really good.
I'll go with Argyle for one that surprised me and how much I didn't like it, because it seemed like it could have been fun. Like, I love the cast. Matthew Vaughn's made good stuff in the past. and it just feels like it's someone trying to imitate Matthew Vaughn and not understanding why. That was
I'm
yeah.
on the market. I'm on the Argyle's fun train, and I always will be, I think. But you know what? I respect your opinion still.
It's got fun things. I'm not denying that, but I just think the overall picture just, meh.
Also, My Old Ass was really good.
Yeah.
And a surprise and a positive. Like I had little expectations, but like the surprise of how much I enjoyed it. Also,
That one was one of the biggest surprises in how much it emotionally destroyed me because I was not expecting that.
all right, Josh, movie you wish you got to see in theaters that you didn't get to see
Ooh.
last year.
If it was only on streaming, am I allowed to say that?
What was your answer going to be? I'll be a judge.
Fuck. Damn it. This is what happens when you see too many movies. It makes things harder. I'll go with Rebel Ridge on this one. I wish that movie got to go to theaters. I think that could have been such a fun experience to see with a bunch of audiences. Like, God, that would have been so cool.
My answer for this one is probably going to be I haven't seen theaters because I haven't been caught up on it, but I really, really wish I got to see Alien Romulus in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Ricky's the Nicky. I'm not kidding. Alien Romulus is definitely one I wanted to see in theaters. I still can go see Paddington in Peru in theaters. That's in theaters now.
That's not a movie from last year. That's a movie from this year.
According to Letterboxd, it is based on this list.
Don't let them lie to you.
Don't let them lie. It's crazy. I also really do wish I also got a chance to see in theaters. Ironically, The Beekeeper, because that looked really silly.
That was such a fun one.
But yeah, for me, it's going to be either I Saw TV Glow or Alien Romulus for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Love Lies Bleeding. That's just a different story. I want to see that in general. But
yeah.
The theater experience, I feel like, for Alien Romulus would have been terrifying, and I really wish I got to see that. I did see Alien in its entirety for the first time this year, and I love it. But I wasn't surprised by a single thing in it, because I knew most of the scenes and moments already from just existing for 25 years. Look, the chest burster scene, Nicole was scared and didn't know what was happening. I'm like, you didn't know about this? That's awesome. And she's like, no, that's gross. I'm like, yeah. We watched that in global horror class.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. I'm excited to see Aliens, plural, soon, and then dive down an alien rabbit hole of many movies.
You don't need to do that.
Eventually, Alien vs. Predator, even. You never know.
You really don't need to do that.
And then there's anything in the... Well, I'm going to... You can't control me. I am my own man. Now, Josh, is there anything that you watched in 2024 for the first time that didn't release that you just loved? Like, didn't release that same time? Like, from anything prior to 2024?
You're going to have to give me a few minutes on this one, Chief.
Josh is the least prepped man on tests.
Okay, but this is also the thing. I watched 349 movies last year, so you're going to have to give me a second. One. You're going to have to give me a second. I have tabs that are loading. Why are the tabs taking so long to load?
You know what was fun? Hounded. That was a crazy movie with Shia LaBeouf in it. The decom we watched was crazy. Technically, I watched a lot of movies from last year, from the year before for the Oscars for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like past lives, and I'm not even followed with my answer that way if I go back to that. From things before 2024 that I watched for the first time. Oh shoot, I forgot because this is technically a 2024 movie, but I actually did this on earlier. Strange Darling is listed as 2023.
Yeah, but it came out last year.
I know. I'm saying that like for the stuff earlier today on these questions, I should have brought it up. I listed it as just 2024 my Letterboxd. I need to make a list as I go next time. For me, I might give my answer to this question to Saving Mr. Banks or Devil Wears Prada.
Okay.
Last year I watched both those movies for the first time. That of course came out years before. Also, Bodies watched for the first time.
I need to get that one to rewatch.
I wanted more from that.
Yeah.
I wanted any kind of actual twist.
Yeah, I loved the twist at the end. That was great. That was so funny.
It was something. I also could go with I watched Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is very funny. Like my favorite line of the movie is still, "Oh, the weather outside is weather." Like that was just great.
I will say Point Break. I've never seen Point Break before. Watched it for the first time last year. So much fun.
Just to get an MCU Avengers joke.
Yes, that was the reason why I watched it. That was the reason why. Only reason, because I didn't know what that meant.
Now, Josh, that ends our recap on last year. Goes into our most anticipated movies of next year / this year, I guess, here. And for me, it's easy. It's one answer. You know what it is. Superman!
That's a good one.
That is the answer for me. Followed by Fantastic Four. Those are my two of the year I am most hyped for. And call me an MCU, DC show, whatever. I don't fucking care. I love superheroes. And Superman getting a movie where he is happy, I'm thrilled by.
Yeah, Superman is definitely one for me. I'm very excited for that. Mickey 17 is another one. Very excited for that one.
And if it counts as beginning of the year, I was really hyped to see One of Them Days, and I watched it and I loved it.
You're telling me you're not excited for a Minecraft movie?
I have so many thoughts. I'm not going to get into that, sir.
Sinners, I'm very excited for that one. That one looks really cool. I think
also is the Avatar last year? Remember we still having this year, or is it next year now?
I have no idea.
I should know this, but it has been delayed, I think, at least once. It's 2026 now. It moved from October of this year to January of next year. That's why I thought.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. That's definitely one that I'm very excited for.
Why is not Dead Reckoning Part 2? Okay.
I'm with you on that, but also The Final Reckoning, great title. Love that.
And it is close enough for the title to work, I guess.
Yeah. And then this is one that not enough people know about, but The Life of Chuck. It's an adaptation of, I think it's Stephen King, either short story.
Zachary Levi.
No. But it's the reason that I'm excited for this is it's made by Mike Flanagan, but this is not a horror movie. This is like lighthearted drama. It is very different from anything he has made before, and that is what excites me the most about it. I've heard great things about it. I love the cast. It's like Tom Hiddleston is Chuck, as you know the movie is called, and there's just such a great cast to this. I'm very excited for this one. Ballerina, I think, was already supposed to come out, and apparently it's been delayed to June. I don't know why, but that's, okay.
Fantastic Four for you too?
Yeah, that's a definite one. I'm more excited for the new Jurassic World after watching the trailer.
I thought you were going to say the Fantastic Four. Sorry, I got worried for a second.
No. Superman is my most anticipated of like comic book movies of this year.
I'm so excited, man. I Will Believe a Man Can Fly Again.
Nobody 2 comes out this year. I'm so excited for that one.
Josh?
Yes.
Are you ready for the end of our episode today with our ending segment? Or are you confident with what we did today of our year in review? Any final thoughts on the year of 2024?
I'd say so. I don't think that there's anything else, but knowing me, I'll probably wake up in a cold sweat and realize I forgot something important. But for now, I'm gonna say yes.
Let's talk about a super weird story.
Woo!
This is a segment where Josh blind reacts to me telling him something about superheroes or comic books or comic book and superhero culture outside the realm or whatever, and he has to just experience this for the first time live.
Yep.
Which he could edit out, but he won't. Now, are you familiar with the character of Arnold Roth? Arnie Roth.
No.
He is a fictional character appearing in American comic books, published by Marvel Comics. First created by J.M. DeMatteis and Mike Zeck. He looks like I said before, a modern-day Burt Ward. And when I take this picture, you might agree.
Yeah.
Have you seen Burt Ward modern? Roughly, that's what it looks like. Can you guess who he is most attached to in comic books?
I'm gonna say some kind of mob boss.
No, which superhero he's most friends with or attached to?
Daredevil.
Captain America. I'm just bringing this up because, of course, we have the new movie coming out just now, and also this character will bring up things that are related to things in our current political world as well.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
So Arnie is a childhood friend of Steve Rogers.
So he's jealous of his and Bucky's relationship. Got it.
We're getting something there, actually, a little bit as a joke. But Arnie is a childhood friend of Steve Rogers, the civilian identity of the costume hero Captain America, obviously. Decades later, the pair reacquainted after Arnie is targeted by Captain America's adversary, Helmut Zemo. And, of course, also the Red Skull at once.
Fun.
Later, hate to be that guy. Later in his life, Arnie would assist with the Captain America hotline, which is a thing that was used to help assist fielding tips to Captain America, which I think is pretty funny to me. And it would field tips pertaining to national security before he died of bone cancer. Arnie Roth did not live a long, long life, but he did okay for himself. He was the first openly gay Marvel character to appear in a mainstream superhero comic.
Neat.
Oh, not even Marvel character. First openly gay character at all to appear in a superhero comic.
What year was it?
For appearance in 1982.
Oh, wow.
Which, of course, very relevant during that time.
Yeah.
And we're going to get there. So he was created as a part of his effort to develop Captain America's supporting cast, which makes sense, and explore how the character had surrounded himself with people who represented American diversity. And, of course, being a gay man at the time who was a childhood friend and became a bigger part of his life later on makes sense. And, of course, being a childhood friend to being his friend as an adult and being alive makes more sense in the 80s, from the 40s to 80s, than it does from the 40s to now. So Arnie Roth is not usually around in comic books mainstream currently, I don't think, but we'll get to other things here in a minute. Though as a result of editorial dictates at Marvel and the restrictions of the Comics Code Authority at the time, they were forced to communicate Arnie's sexuality exclusively through imagery and subtext at the time. Which sucks, but that's at least they could do something.
Yeah.
Through the tragic bent of stories featuring the character, though the tragic bent of stories featuring the character has been the subject of criticism, he has been praised as a positive media representation of gay men in the context of a 1980s media landscape characterized by homophobia and backlash against gay men amid the HIV/AIDS crisis. So we love having Arnie Roth here. We're an ally for Arnie Roth.
Woo!
Woo! So let's talk about some of his history. He was also born into a Jewish family in the 1920s in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. He's a friend of Steve Rogers, and he would protect weak and infirm like Steve, because Steve was a little baby child who couldn't protect himself. So he would help protect him from local bullies. And that's why you made a joke about, was he jealous of Bucky and Steve? Because he absolutely could have been.
Yeah.
But however, at the time, Bucky was a child when he fought with Steve. Remember?
Yeah.
So it would have been very different and weird.
Yeah.
So he was not jealous of that. If modern day Bucky was in the comics then probably. After becoming aware of his homosexuality as a teenager, Arnie began to pursue girls and cultivated a persona as a playboy to compensate for it, which is really sad, causing a drift away from him and an introverted Steve Rogers. But during World War II, he joined the U.S. Navy, while Steve received an experimental serum and made him Captain America. Arnie was able to figure out the identity of Captain America while his friend, because he saw newsreel footage of him and like, I know who that is. I know that guy. Sometime after the war, Arnie began a long-term romantic relationship with a teacher named Michael Beck, but also developed a gambling problem. So that's so fun for him.
He's doing great.
Sometime later, now middle-aged Arnie discloses that he knows Captain America's identity following a night of drinking. He is approached by Helmut Zemo with an offer to pay off his gambling debts and exchange the information. That's how Zemo came into play here. When Zemo kidnaps Michael, that did not. Hold on. So he went from, I'll pay for debts. Actually, I'll kidnap your partner. Where do we? That's classic Zemo, I guess. To force Arnie's cooperation, Arnie reconnects with Steve to appeal for his help. Though in an ensuing confrontation between Captain America and Zemo, wherein the consciousness of Arnie and Michael are placed into mutates, followed by Primus, which is a how do I explain this? Primus is like Arnim Zola's one of the figures he's in, the robot kind of things.
Yeah.
So that was Primus at the time. Michael was killed during that.
Oof.
So not fridging, but the same effect on just throwing away a partner for character development. Don't love that, but at least I think it's interesting that we're getting a prominent story with a side character like this. And I love that. And in the 80s, which is pretty cool.
But I thought Marvel was woke now. You're telling me they've always been woke? How could this be?
It's almost like they evolve and try and be progressive from forever.
What, you're gonna tell me that the X-Men was an allegory for racism? Read the comic book, nerd.
It was an allegory for everything, actually, which is pretty crazy. But not through Stan Lee. That started mostly with Claremont later on. Anyway, Arnie recovers physically from the ordeal. He is soon targeted by a villainous Red Skull as part of a plot to destroy the lives of Captain America's closest friends. This is not great to be. He's like, you know what? I have a grudge with that guy. Let's kill all his buddies. What did we do?
I just gave him a high five at work.
But it's a pretty classic superhero story that way of just attack the friends of whoever. At the torture of the hands of Red Skull, Arnie is dressed as a clown and forced to participate in a performance in which he disparages his sexual identity and Michael.
Ooh.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah.
Captain America intervenes and rescues Arnie and assures him that his identity and love for Michael are not shameful, which I love that. That's why we love Captain America.
Any right-wing people that think that Captain America would stand with like Trump or any of this bullshit, you don't know this man in the slightest.
I see people. I once saw someone using Captain America a cosplay at a right-wing event. I'm like, this is not the vibe you think it is.
It really ain't at all.
Arnie recovers but leaves New York to move to Florida, where he loses the weight he has gained in his middle age, and at one point works as a publicist for the Avengers as a member of the Avengers support crew. Years later, an aged Arnie returns to New York to assist with Captain America Hotline, created by Steve, fielding tips, becoming the manager of a costume shop, used as a front for the operation. After Steve discloses that he is dying due to a breakdown of the serum that gives him his powers, Arnie confides that he has himself been diagnosed with terminal bone cancer and has little time to live. Soon after, Arnie is hospitalized. In their final moment together, Steve kisses Arnie on the forehead and thanks him for his years of friendship. Arnie dies shortly thereafter. So his life was complicated, but it also was created to be a beacon of hope for people who are queer or different and saying, hey, you are okay. And this happened during the AIDS crisis, and I truly love that because, there are a lot of people who are young gay youth at the time who were reading comic books still. I got to see stuff like this. And while he was prayed to get around by Red Skull and stuff the bad way, it was immediately shown it was done by a villain to show how wrong it was by one of the worst villains of all time. And then the heroes instantly said, this is not right, and you are okay how you are, which I think is very powerful.
Yeah.
And of course, there's more stuff about the context of the character creation or whatever like that, but I just want to get into the character himself, and I think Arnie Roth is someone we need to talk about more, and I think it would have been a really interesting thing to bring up now in modern-day film, especially with Captain America movie coming out. Instead of Salvador, we could have had Arnie Roth as a character just popping in at some point. It would have been nice. Or if we stopped by a statue of him or a museum or something like that, because there's a statue of him in the comics now about that Captain America often will go to as well, Steve Rogers, and pay respects to. And I really just want to say that if you are struggling with anything, I know this is a terrible time and a tough time right now, email us, talk to us. We're not therapists or anything, but we'll at least be like, we're there for you, man. Yeah. Our goal in the show is to give people an outlet to have fun and relax and enjoy life. We'll also talk about some major issues that might come up because art is not in a vacuum, unfortunately, and a lot of that stuff reflects real life. But I thought Arnie would be fitting for both current day politics as well as what just came out in theaters. And what do you think about the character of Arnie Roth, Josh?
Pretty cool. As a weird story, not super weird. I'll say though, some bad luck for him. Just the kind of Zemo and Red Skull. It's just like, okay, cool, great.
Bone cancer,
doing great. But yeah,
partner killed.
Yeah, not great, not doing great. But yeah, it's one of the more, I want to say like heartwarming in a sense because a lot of bad stuff happened to him. But I think as an overall message and positive vibes from it, I would say pretty cool.
Well, he was never disparaged overall as a person.
Well, yeah.
I like that a lot. They made it so he was never destroyed. This didn't break him. No, he probably moved to Florida for a while. Him now has a costume shop, and then he's a human. He's a regular person, and there's not enough regular people who have enough of a Wikipedia page to talk about in Marvel and DC.
Yeah,
it's always fun when I can give you a character like that. I think is fun. So, Josh, where can people find you online?
I'm on the Instagrams at J_Rudy16. Technically, I'm still on Twitter at J_Rudy28. Probably won't be for much longer. YouTube at Josh Rudolph and Letterboxd at Nerd4Film28.
You can find me at Sean.mov, SEANDOTMOV, everywhere. That's why I'm on everything now. So Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, whatever the hell else there is, Lemonade, I don't know, TikTok. I'm on everything as the same thing. So just find me there that way. You also can email the show at podgeekspeak@gmail.com. Tweet at us with the hashtag GeekSpeakPod or at GeekSpeakPod on Twitter, which we might change that soon to Blue Sky because that's probably be not run by a Nazi. Which is, again, counterintuitive to the point of this podcast often, and especially the character of Arnie Roth also. So let's get off there soon. But you also can join us on Discord in real time and have discussions with us. We had a discussion the other day with someone named Marley on there about, who's a friend of the show, talking about just interesting things, talking about the Oscars, talking about whatever. Come join our discussions, have fun with us on there. It is always down below. Thank you for listening to this episode. We'll have a DCOM mini-episode out soon. We'll have more episodes out soon as well. Our next episode might even be about the Oscars. We'll see.
We'll find out.
Next time on Dragon Ball Geek Speak.